el dot 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 que viene. Ooh, this one is great. El dot 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 que viene. Let's see what this one is about. This means next dot dot dot. So remember, we're talking about time. What does this mean? Next what? Next Friday, next Sunday, next Monday. How do you say that in Spanish? El dot 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 que viene. Okay? So let's look at some examples. La cita es el lunes que viene. La cita, do you know what cita means? La cita es el lunes que viene. We know that el dot 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 que viene means next. But what does this whole sentence mean? Let's see. Let's see what it means. We need to know. We need to know right now. The appointment is next Monday. Cita, la cita, means appointment or date. Okay? So it's quite interesting that you can use the same word cita to refer to an appointment, to see your doctor, or a date. Just if you're dating someone, you can also use cita. La cita. La cita, the appointment, is el dot dot dot. In this situation, we need a day. Lunes. And we don't need to capitalize the first letter when talking about weekdays. We don't need to. In Spanish, you don't need to. In English, you need to. But in Spanish, you don't have to. El lunes que viene. Next Monday. Okay? So that's how you use this phrase. You need to insert a day. And could be domingo, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes. And then que viene. Also, you can use months. El enero que viene. El marzo que viene. But you would say el mes de marzo que viene. Okay? When talking about regular days, just you can say el lunes, el martes, and then just add que viene. Okay? So that's very useful for sure. When talking about time, that's very useful. The next example is el viaje es el miércoles que viene. Okay? El viaje es el miércoles que viene. Viaje. Viaje means trip. Miércoles, what day is that? What day is that? Miércoles. Let's look at the translation. The trip is next Wednesday. Okay, so this is important to know. If someone is telling you, el viaje es el miércoles que viene, you need to know, okay, when is that? Next Wednesday. Okay, we're good. El viaje means the trip, of course. El viaje, the trip, is el miércoles. We're talking about Wednesday. And again, we have el, right? Dot, dot, dot. That's miércoles, Wednesday. And then we add the rest. Que viene. Next. Okay? Next. Not this Wednesday. Next Wednesday. It's very, very important. Excellent. This one is a very good one. El dot 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 que viene. Of course, you can change if you don't want to. I mean, if you can change this if you want to talk about months, for example, or years. or you just want to say next year, next, I don't know, January or something like that, you can do that. You can say el viaje es el. If we're talking about years, usually you say next year. Okay, so you can say el viaje es el año que viene, and that means the trip is next year. Okay, so that's good. That's good. You can also say, if you're talking about months specifically, you can say el viaje es el mes de, and then mes de enero. Or let's change it up. Let's change it to junio. Also, you don't need to capitalize. Okay. So if you say el viaje es el mes de junio que viene. So when talking about months, you have to add mes de. Month of is like saying month of June, junio, and que viene, next. So it will be like saying the trip is next June. Okay, so next June, meaning, you know, not this June, but then next month. Okay, if you want to say next month, that's different. You have to say, instead of el mes de, you need to say like that, just like that. El viaje es el mes que viene. This means the trip is next month. Like that. You're just saying next month. The trip is going to happen. That's it. You don't have to say the month unless you have to, right? Now, you can also talk about seasons, right? Like next summer, right? So how would you do that? Very easy. El viaje es el, and then you insert the season. Verano, el verano. El viaje es el verano que viene. The trip is next summer. Okay? That's great. Or if we're talking about spring, because spring is feminine, la primavera. El viaje es, you will have to change el to la primavera que viene. And this means the trip is next spring. Okay, so specifically when talking about seasons, because when you talk about years, months, and days, you need the masculine definite article el. Okay, because when talking about that, you're saying el año, el mes, el lunes, el martes is very masculine. But when talking about seasons, you have el verano, el otoño, el invierno, and la primavera. La primavera means spring. Otoño means, I'm just going to put it here. El otoño, that means fall. Okay. Otoño, primavera, la primavera, el verano. You saw el verano already. El verano means summer, right? Like I said before. And winter. How do you say winter in Spanish? You say el invierno. Remember the V sound, V as in Victor, in Spanish is very similar to the B as in bell. Okay? El invierno, invierno. Okay? So, el viaje es el invierno que viene. The trip is, in this situation, not summer, is next winter. Okay? So, great. This is a very useful phrase. You gotta learn it for sure.